What if your next vacation was paid for not with your savings, but by the money your investment made? Imagine a notification that your portfolio just deposited $6,000 into your account, more than your monthly salary, without you working a single day. For most, this sounds like a fantasy, but in this video, we're showing you the exact, no-nonsense math on how many years it takes for an average person to make that their reality. Let's be honest, that scenario feels a million miles away. The reality for most is living paycheck to paycheck, which makes the idea of your money working for you seem like a secret reserved for the super rich. The biggest question people have is, how long does it actually take? It feels so vague that most people never bother to figure it out. They just assume it's not for them. But it's not a secret, it's a math problem. And today, we're solving that problem, laying out the exact blueprint to show you how many years until your investments can finally pay more than your job. Number 1. The map, finding your number. First, you need a destination. In finance, this is your financial independence number, or FI number. It's the total amount you need invested to live off the returns forever. A simple way to find this is the 25x rule. Take your annual spending and multiply it by 25. This is based on the 4% rule, which suggests you can safely withdraw 4% of your investments each year without running out. Let's use our example of someone earning $6,000 a month or $72,000 a year. Here's a key point. You don't need to replace your salary, just your expenses. Let's say after taxes and savings, their actual monthly spending is $4,000. That's $48,000 a year. To find their FI number, we multiply that by 25. $48,000 times 25 equals $1,200,000. That's the target. It might sound huge, but stick with me because the next step makes reaching this number inevitable with time. Number 2. The engine. Compound interest. The force that will get you to $1.2 million is compound interest. It's what Einstein supposedly called the eighth wonder of the world. Compound interest is when your interest starts earning its own interest. Imagine a small snowball rolling down a hill. It starts slow, but as it gets bigger, it picks up snow faster and faster. Your investments work the exact same way. The key is to put your money into assets that grow long-term. For most people, the easiest way is investing in low-cost, broad market index funds, like an S&P 500 fund. This means you own a tiny piece of the 500 biggest U.S. companies. Historically, the S&P 500 has returned about 10% a year. To be conservative, we'll use an average return of 8% for our math. Now we have our target and our engine. Let's get to the timeline. But before we run the numbers, if you're finding this useful, hit that like button and subscribe. It takes 1 second and really helps the channel. Okay, let's do the math. Number 3, the timeline. How long does it really take? This is the answer to the big question. We have our $1.2 million target and our 8% return engine. The last piece of the puzzle is the fuel, your savings rate. How much you invest each month is the biggest factor you can control. Let's look at a few scenarios based on that $6,000 monthly income. Scenario 1, the 15% investor. If you invest 15% of your income, or $900 a month, at an 8% return, you'll hit your $1.2 million goal in about 31 years. If you start at 25, you could be financially independent by 56. Scenario 2, the 25% investor. What if you invest 25%? That's $1,500 a month. Now your timeline shrinks dramatically. You'd hit your target in just 25 years. You just shaved 6 years off your working career. Scenario 3, the 50% super saver. For the truly dedicated who invest 50% or $3,000 a month, at this rate, you'll reach $1.2 million in just 18 years. Start at 25 and you're free by 43. This isn't magic, it's the core idea of the FIRE movement, a high savings rate. This all leads to the crossover point, that amazing moment when your annual investment growth becomes more than your salary. As your portfolio compounds, that growth curve bends upwards until it finally crosses your income line. That's when it gets really exciting. Number 4, the accelerators. Now you might think 31 years is still forever, or I can't save 50% of my income. That's fine. The goal is freedom, and you can speed this up in 2 ways. 1, increase your income. A raise, a better job, a side hustle. Every extra dollar you earn is rocket fuel for your investments. 2, decrease your expenses. If you can lower your monthly spending from $4,000 to $3,500, your FI number drops from $1.2 million to $1,050,000. That shaves years off your timeline without investing a single extra dollar. Number 5, acknowledging the risks. Okay, let's be real. This path isn't a straight line. The stock market is volatile. Some years are up 20%, others are negative. That 8% is a long-term average, which is why it's critical to stay the course and not panic sell when the market dips. History shows the market always recovers and trends upward over the long run. Then there's inflation, which eats away at your money's value. But the 4% rule was designed with inflation in mind. Plus, your investment income has a huge advantage over your salary: taxes. Long-term capital gains are usually taxed at a much lower rate than your paycheck. So, how long until your investments pay more than you? The answer is completely up to you. It isn't about luck or a secret club. It all comes down to your savings rate. For someone on an average salary, financial freedom is possible in 18 to 31 years, maybe even less. That dream of being on vacation while your portfolio pays your bills isn't a fantasy. It's a destination you can reach. It starts with your very next paycheck. Decide what percentage you're going to invest, set it on autopilot, and let the power of compounding do the heavy lifting for you. What's your financial independence number? Do the math and share it in the comments. Thanks for watching.